I'm sorry, but that's kind of an ignorant thing to say, man. This guy here says, yes, I have my official, he said me, but I think he meant to say my official birth certificate. And yes, I have a passport, though it's not necessary for the SAVE Act. My wife has her original birth certificate, and we have our marriage certificate. He goes on to say, because that's what responsible adults do. All the proper certificate and license can be obtained. That's what responsible adults do. So if you're one of the 34.5 million people of voting age that don't have an ID, you're not a responsible adult. If you're one of the people of color who are 4 times more likely to not have an ID, you're not a responsible adult. If you're one of the 19% of Americans without a driver's license, you're not a responsible adult. If you're one of the many low-income American adults that lack an ID, you're not a responsible adult. If you're one of the students of adult age, the 15% of students of adult age who don't have that type of identification, you're not a responsible adult. Yeah, you might get up every day and go to work, struggle to pay your bills like so many other Americans, but end up getting them paid, putting food on the table, trudging through this rat race called life. But if you don't have all of this documentation, you're not a responsible adult. And I'm like you, my guy. I have my original birth certificate. My wife has her original birth certificate. We both have a passport. We both have driver's licenses. They're real IDs. We just got our global entry and TSA pre-check done. I understand. I'm like you as well. But not everybody is. I have 4 children that don't have all of those documents. None of them have all of those documents. Are they not responsible adults? One of my children is a nurse who's looking to get her master's. Married, 2 kids. Is she not a responsible adult? I have another child who's in her mid-20s, living with her partner, due in May with her first child. She's been a CNA for years, working in hospitals and nursing homes. She doesn't have all of that documentation. Is she not a responsible adult? How about my 21-year-old daughter, Lily, who's in her junior year of college at UIC? She doesn't have all of those documents. Is she not a responsible adult? What an ignorant thing to say to people who don't have those documents, but are otherwise responsible adults. You should not have to have an ID to vote. In this state, in the state of Illinois, you have to prove who you are when you register to vote. And there are a number of ways that you can prove who you are. There is a process to prove that you are who you are. And when you do that, when you go through the registration process, you sign the documentation. And that signature is at your polling place. And before you can get your ballot, you have to sign their piece of paper, and it has to match your signature. And if that matches, that means you've already gone through the process of verifying who you are. It might not have been through a state ID. It could have been through a number of different ways. But I guess those people aren't responsible adults. Just fucking ignorant, man. Ignorant.